This men's hair and skin segment is sponsored by the Morehouse College Human Rights Film Festival. By promoting, understanding, and appreciation of the world of culture, artistic and creative expression, and commitment to global issues and social justice, the Morehouse College Human Rights Film Festival is an exciting opportunity to engage the college and connect with filmmakers, humanitarians, social justice organizations, and festival attendees from all over the world. Robin Groover just dropped some gems on us, y'all, on how to nourish your natural crowns. But beauty and self-care don't stop there. Now we're taking that conversation from coils to cuts and into the heartbeat of Black masculinity and style. Meet Lorenzo Jackson, a visionary and co-owner behind Hammer and Nails in Midtown Atlanta, a men's grooming salon, a men's grooming lounge that is also redefining its barbershop experience. So let's get into how luxe meets legacy and why this is not your grandfather's fade. So when it comes to self-care, Black men deserve a space designed with them in mind, and Hammer and Nails delivers just that. This isn't your average barbershop. Think elevated grooming meets curated comfort, leather-bound chairs, precision cuts, and an atmosphere built for relaxation, conversation, and community. Lorenzo Jackson and Tara Scott have redefined the grooming game in Midtown Atlanta, where every visit feels like therapy with a fade. So let's hear from Lorenzo Jackson, co-owner and one of the visionaries behind Hammer and Nails Midtown Atlanta. Hello and welcome, Lorenzo.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been excited to hear about Hammer and Nails because let's be honest, grown and sexy is an understatement. Tell us about the vibe of Hammer and Nails and what sets it apart.
Really, it's just a dope vibe. When you have a concept that allows men a space to get all of their grooming needs done under one roof, and I'm talking haircuts, shaves, manicures, pedicures, facials, all in a man cave environment. You have it's luxury atmosphere. You have great services, great conversation. You can get your favorite drink from the bar. What else can you call it but dope? And when you talk about coming into Hammer and Nails and what sets it apart from your typical barbershop is really the experience, right? When you go to a barbershop, you're going to get your hair cut. When you come into Hammer and Nails, it's really supposed to be an experience from, what's your favorite drink, right? To what you want to watch on TV. So that experience is what sets us apart. And you're supposed to receive that every time you come in our doors.
Love to hear it. So listen, the Midtown Atlanta location that you co-own with Tara Scott is now one of 5 franchises in Georgia developed by Rich Jones. It's among a national roster of Hammer and Nails locations. So how did you get involved with Hammer and Nails broadly and also just in men's grooming specifically?
Yeah, well, Hammer and Nails came about as part of a couples trip that my business partner and I, Tara Scott, have gone on for years, and we take our wives with a couple of other couples. And this particular year, which was actually the COVID year, we were all tasked with bringing an entrepreneurial idea to the couples trip so that we can think about investing in it. I brought some ideas, other couples brought ideas, and Tara Scott had actually seen Hammer and Nails on Shark Tank. And when he got up to do his presentation and present Hammer and Nails, probably 2 minutes into it, I had heard enough. I didn't want to hear about my idea. I didn't want to hear about anybody's idea. This is what I knew we were going to do. So he and I started working on it. And it took us a while to get it going, but we finally did. And then men's grooming, Hammer and Nails seems to be something that kind of came out of the blue. But it's really, men's grooming is something we've been involved in our whole lives. Mm-hmm. My dad has owned barbershops and beauty salons growing up. One of our mentors had a very popular barbershop in our neighborhood growing up, and Tara Scott worked there sweeping hair and doing certain things throughout his teenage years. So men's grooming is something that we care a lot about, and we've really been involved with all of our lives.
Love it. So you're not just new to this, you're true to this.
This is true.
I love to hear it. So listen, Lorenzo, what are some common misconceptions about men's grooming?
I would probably say the biggest one and probably the dumbest one is that, it's not manly, right? People think that when you get these things done, it's feminine. When did taking care of yourself become something that only, women could do, right? So, men's grooming and self-care, it's really a very smart thing to do when you consider the health benefits involved in it and really just feeling good about yourself, right? Yeah, and the second misconception I would say is that, women don't like men who do these things. And it's really the opposite of that, the exact opposite, right? A lot of our first time guests that come into Hammer and Nails come in by way of a gift card that was purchased by a woman in their life, be it a mother, a wife, a daughter, a niece, whatever it may be. They're purchasing these gifts for men to come in and experience some self-care and men's grooming. So it's really the opposite. Women love men who take care of themselves.
Got it. I love that there's a self-care element and that the women in some of these men's lives are also stepping up as well.
Yeah.
You mentioned, we were chatting about the unique experience about Hammer and Nails. Are there a mix of women and men who are groomers and barbers and stylists at the salon?
Well, in our location specifically, Midtown Atlanta, we have an all-female staff. So we really want men to come in and get that full man experience. And our barbers, our barbers are females. Of course, our nail techs are females, and they're all top notch. They do a great job. Our barbers, their attention to detail is second to none. So when you come in there, you're going to get a great experience, a great service from both our nail techs and our barbers.
That's really cool. Really cool. Well, listen, are there some top men's grooming trends right now?
Yeah, it actually is. I would say facials are probably your top one. And then they just feel great. You can probably come into our location every day and find a man sleeping in the chair getting the facial because they feel that great. Second, I would say beard grooming. These days, you have a lot of men with these big beards, and they're really taking advantage of our beard grooming services, right? They're getting it trimmed, they're getting it washed, conditioned, using beard oils and balms to really help those beards look good and grow in fuller and more healthy.
Got it. So thank you for sharing those trends. And those sound like good ones for men to keep up with. And I want to build off of that. Why should men not just groom themselves regularly, but pamper themselves as well?
Well, pamper is not a word that I would use personally. But the bottom line is that we as men, we carry around a lot of stress on a daily basis. So, we're professionals, we're leaders of the family, we're coaches. So it's important that we take time out for ourselves to make sure that we're looking good, make sure that we're taking care of our mental health and our overall well-being.
Got it. That's very important. One question I wanted to close out on, it looks like in addition to being business owners, you also make an impact in the community and you speak at career days to students and schools. Why is it important for you and your partner, your business partner, Taurus, to speak to the younger generation about entrepreneurship?
Well, we really just want to show that, anything is possible, right? It's not, entrepreneurship is not an easy journey, right? But it's something that can be accomplished if you plan correctly. You get all your ducks in a row and you do things how it's supposed to be done. Anything is possible, and that's what we want to show. We come from a place where, two Black men getting a location in Midtown Atlanta. You just don't see that all the time. So again, we want to push that message forward to the next generation and show them that anything is possible.
Love to hear it. Thank you, Lorenzo Jackson. Where can folks find out about Hammer and Nails Midtown Atlanta?
Listen, you can follow us on IG at Hammer and Nails Midtown ATL. You can call our location 678-932-9044. Or you can visit us online at hammerandnailsgrooming.com, navigate to locations, and go to Midtown Atlanta, and you'll find us there.
Love to hear it. Thank you for sharing this story with us, Lorenzo.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad to have you here with us on Raven Radiance. We've seen how Hammer and Nails is elevating grooming for Black men, blending style, swagger, and sanctuary. But wellness isn't just skin deep. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we'll be shifting from clippers into full body wellness, where skincare meets tranquility. Stepping into the world with Siobhan Salone. She's a powerhouse behind Skinfinity Aesthetics, where the primary focus is creating an environment where relaxation and results meet. We'll explore the balance beyond the beauty when we return.